Hello, my name is Young O. Let's talk about the persuasion skill. In the year of 1912, there was a cruise inside of Atlantic Ocean. More than 2,000 people was on board it in the Titanic. But on account of crush into the iceberg, more than 1,515 people passed away. So how come this was happened? There was a warning from the outside which was passing by Titanic. They warned that there is an iceberg, but the owner ignored that kind of information. So finally, more than 1,500 people passed away during the night. 1990, Colombian air flight, Avianca air flight, was crushed under the ground. They were communicating with control tower, that they would like to land on the Kennedy airport. But the patrol tower confirmed that it is not allowed to land right now because there is bad weather condition, so they turn around. And then later on, they would like to touch down. But again, there is information that you are not allowed to land because of congestion. So again, they turn around. But unfortunately, because of lack of fuel, they crashed into the ground. Finally, more than 78 people passed away by the end of the accident. After gathering a black box, they got to know that why this was happen, even though there is a communication between patrol tower and the pilot. The answer is the Colombian air flight pilot, they got an education not to make noise, because if you hustle and bustle, then every passenger will get a loss. So they used monotone voices. So the American patrol tower did not consider it is important message, right? In 1986, Ukrainian nuclear power plant was exploded by the interview with some representative. He was some sort of engineer, but he was not an expert. But on account of his social status, he ordered improper, not reasonable order to the engineer. So some of the engineer blamed and insisted that this is crazy idea, but it was constituted, and finally it led to more than 5 million people died directly or indirectly by the end of the nuclear explosion. Why did this was happen? The guy who in charge of power plant was not an expert, but on account of his position, he ordered. But there is a chance to stop that kind of instruction. But the engineer did not make their idea clearly enough to stop his action. What are they in common? Let me give you some example. Here is the statue made by some very ordinary people. How much are you going to pay for this statue? Maybe not. You won't pay more than 1 million won, right? But what if somebody take out his own blood for more than 4 years from his body for an amount of 4 liter? For example, 4 liter is almost the whole blood of your body, right? So how much are you going to pay for this? Yes, this was made by Mark Quinn in 1991. The people paid this one maybe more than 3 billion won, like that. So what I really trying to say is the crucial point when it comes to persuasion skill is using two tactics. Number one, it must be look like very, very important. In order to let your opponent make some action, you're going to have to deliver your message. It is very, very important. Second, unless otherwise your client or your opponent do not take action, this is of no use. You understand? So, let me summarize two crucial points. Number one, it must be very, very important message. Number two, no matter whether it is a great important message or not, if you can't let your client take any action, this is meaningless. You understand? So, please bear in mind. You can get more details from the book, which was written by me, Persuade Me, 나를 설득해봐. Thank you so much for listening to my story.